the other day I was sitting back and I was reminiscing and I was thinking about my elementary school days, and I remembered there was one time in science class that we did this experiment where we took a bunch of random items and we dropped an egg from the roof of the school onto the ground and tried to protect the egg. And I was like, we actually did a bunch of little experiments when I was in elementary school. So I was like, why don't I run through some of the classics on stream? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go through some of the certified hood classics. We're gonna run some science experiments here in my kitchen. I've got some classics that I remember from elementary school, and then I've got just a bunch of random science kits for children. I am currently wearing children's goggles for science experiments, and it's kind of hurting my face. So I want to start with, what do I want to start with? We've got the volcano. This looks like a bitch to set up. I really don't feel like doing it. So we're probably gonna save that for the end. That'll be the big shebang. I wanna start with a certified hood classic. I wanna start with oobleck. You guys remember oobleck? I don't know the significance of oobleck in science class. I think it was like, it's a liquid and a solid or whatever, but I remember making oobleck several times in elementary school. You know, I thought about wearing these goggles like this, but then I didn't wanna get a bunch of like hairline receding, you're 25 years old, your hairline is receding comments, so I opted not to do that. I've got the recipe pulled up. 1 cup of cornstarch, 3/4 cup of water, food coloring optional, plastic bowler bin. Check, 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 check. Booyah. In Australia, we call it goop. Ew, dude. If I remember correctly, Goop is the company that makes vagina candles. Who was it that did that? Gwyneth Paltrow. That's Goop, dude. Now, I will say, I spent most of the prep time setting up the tech for this stream. So we're not very prepared for the actual experiment part, but it should be fine. Cornstarch, check it out. All right, 1 cup, here we go. Lock and load. What is he doing right now? Science, bitch. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. Okay, a little bit more than a cup, that'll be all right. No worries over here. The scientific process is all about trial and error. It's gonna be completely fine, dude. 3/4 cup of water. It was a little more than a cup of cornstarch, so we'll just do a cup of water. This lighting is, I gotta be careful with my hand movements. I don't wanna get Elon Musked. What do we think? Pink, purple, green, blue. I'm gonna use pink later in another experiment, so let's do blue. I just realized I'm gonna ruin these white gloves. And these gloves are not latex either. I don't really know the purpose of these gloves because liquid is gonna seep right through these, but oh yeah. Oh, that's oobleck, brother. I think it needs a little bit more water, but it's totally working. Take a look.